Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Sounds of Freedom radio show. And we've got a special guest on tonight. I can't imagine if you can guess who it is.
Better hold on.
Pepper Joke. Where's he gone? He ran away.
Shut the toilet door.
Okay, so let me just add this to the stage. I'm going to let Graham introduce this. How are you, Graham?
I'm very good actually. Yeah, I'm doing well. Yourself?
I'm fine. I thought you were actually running to the toilet in a state of emergency, not just closing the door.
The toilet door was lying wide open. Sorry, not good.
No
Anyway.
problem. Okay, so what's coming up this weekend? Something exciting.
Yeah, all under one banner march and rally in Edinburgh, and I'm really looking forward to getting a wee day out in Edinburgh. Got it all planned now.
Fantastic. So you're going to be playing?
Yes, yeah. Yeah. Hopefully, certainly scheduled to play. So if everything goes according to plan, yes, I'll be playing. I've started rehearsing, so.
Oh, that's good.
Put a bit of effort in, Don't just leave anything to chance.
I know you always do. Do you know who else is playing this time?
Yes, I believe Kevin Gore's playing, Graham Brown's playing, Pete Scally will be there, and Amanda. I don't know if anybody else is there, but I know they're there. I've seen them in the chat saying they're looking forward to it, so they'll definitely be there.
I'm going to get a chance to corner Kevin Gore and say, when are you sending us your songs, dude?
Nah, he's a busy man, eh?
I know, we have to sing a song about that. I'm a busy man. Because there's so many of them, they're all so busy.
Are you just too busy? Did I not
I
write that song already?
Absolutely. So I just want to find this thingamajig. So the event, I think, is happening, starts by the top of the Royal Mile and it goes down to the Scottish Parliament. And just hope everybody's going to be there. And
well, that'll be a nice wee march, isn't it? It's all downhill. Then.
Yeah, I suppose that's better than being all uphill.
Well, yeah, because we used to walk up the mile, didn't we?
Yeah. So we're all getting too old. So luckily they just changed it. So we're walking down the hill.
Fantastic.
Okay. So
I wouldn't be able to march. People actually say to me, I should make this point. People say to me quite a lot, why do you never march? But when you're carrying a big guitar and you're carrying other things to go into the guitar, it's quite heavy. So I need to get to the stage as soon as I get there, as quick as I can. So,
yeah, it's all your equipment that you have to carry, so you can't just leave it unattended, and you can't really carry it on the march.
I can leave it once I get there, but once I get there and I've got to be indie cafe and things like that to go and I need to get my coffee and things, need to get organised.
It's hard to drag yourself away, hey?
And then obviously I've got to prepare for the gig. I'm kidding. But yeah, by the time I get there and then
sound checks and all that.
I'll try and get up and jump in and maybe march down the last couple of 100 yards if I can. I'll do that. Ask Mankey. I think Mankey's going to be at Scottish Parliament. So it'll be quite nice to see him. It's been a while since I've seen the chap. Missing him.
The last time I saw Mankey, we were at the Not My King protest, and he was barged in and amongst all the independent supporters, and he was pushing Salva people around who had Salva flags. And then I had a sticker in my pocket or whatever in my bag that said Scottish, not British. So I gave it to Freedom Tracy and we slapped it on his back, and he had the sticker on his back that said Scottish, not British. And the police were killing themselves laughing. They thought he was so funny, he was so full of himself and causing trouble, and he had a Scottish, not British sticker on his back. So
he's not get much to go on, has he? With you at the
and
back,
then they just told him, listen, you can't be here, you need to leave.
Klansman up front. Yeah, brilliant.
Okay, so that's the March for Independence this Saturday and 6th of September, in case you get confused, which I often do. And it starts at 12:30 p.m. So it's at the top of the Royal Mile, Johnston Terrace, and No excuse, folks. Let's get you out there and have a really big march. You know, before lockdown, it was over 200,000. And look at that beautiful picture, you know, of all those people. Don't we want to see that again? Or do we want to say, like, oh, how many people were there, you know? Okay, so let's play a tune here. Let's see, which one shall we put up? Can I put up Pete Skelly? Is that okay with you?
Not at all. Don't put him up. Good God.
Okay, I'm gonna
put Scally up. Yeah, go on.
Gonna put old Skelly bag up. Here we go.
Right, okay.
Teresa don't like it, this flag I'll wear. And Boris thinks I'm crazy because I comb my hair. I wanna free my country, but I'm gonna do it my way. I'm gonna rock, gonna roll, gonna do it almost every day. Oh yeah, I'm a Scottish rebel from head to toe, but I gotta keep it rocking everywhere I go. Everybody join us, we're good company. Claim your country back and be a Scottish rebel like me. Been waiting on freedom, been waiting too long, but their time is over. That's why I'm singing this song. All under one banner, hope over fear, man. Forward as one, we're marching all over this land. Oh yeah, I'm a Scottish rebel from head to toe, but I gotta keep it rocking everywhere I go. Everybody join us, we're good company. Claim your country back and be a Scottish rebel like me. We're sending a message, we're sending it clear. We're rising up, boy, our time is here. We'll have a celebration, cause we're doing it our own way. And then we'll rock till we drop on Independence Day. Oh yeah, I'm a Scottish rebel from head to toe, but I gotta keep it rocking everywhere I go. Everybody join us, we're good company. Claim your country back and be a Scottish rebel like me. I'm a Scottish rebel from head to toe, but I gotta keep it rocking everywhere I go. Everybody join us, we're good company. Claim your country back and be a Scottish rebel like me. Claim your country back and be a Scottish rebel like me. Be a real cool cat, be a rockin' Scottish rebel like me. Oh yeah.
Okay, so that was Pete Skelly and the Rocking Scottish Rebel. And we've got some comments here, so I'm just going to go through some of them. I'll let Graham read them out, seeing as we've got him here.
Hi there, wee German Peter Joke. Mr. E. Mikey, is it?
Yeah.
Mikey.
Yeah.
Hi
So
there,
that's
how you doing?
Asprey Stumble.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then
that's
here's-
Asprey Stumble, right? I'm sure I know who Asprey Stumble is in real life. But I can't put two and two together here. So Asprey Stumble, hopefully I'll see you on Saturday and you can reveal yourself because I'm sure I know you.
So I just realized my face was half off the screen because I've got my glasses on and I'm trying to read the comments. So that's Richard Rutchford, and he's saying, good evening, Jim Renigan. And here we go. Ashbury saying, I'll be welding my
spanner if necessary.
Whatever that means.
Right, okay. There you go.
Sometimes I don't always remember. I don't always realize what people are saying, you know, what they're getting at. Okay. Howdy doody day, Hash. Just jump back in, headphones getting charged.
Yeah.
And there's Ernest mostly saying so Alaba. And yeah, so many comments. So, yeah, I was thinking of playing a song here. I'm just going to go over to the media assets. And there's one that you've got called Scottish Boys, Pepper Jock. Is that okay to play? Do you want to tell us about the song?
Yeah, well, actually, it was it was on the first album. Yeah, it's a song that used to go down really well, actually, because I used to sing it just in standard gigs, because it's not overtly an independent song. It's just a song about, Scotland. It was basically written a great story, actually. I will tell you the story of how the song was written. When I was at school, I had 3 mates. There was 4 of us that were really quite close. And we all had our plans about how we were going to get out of the housing scheme that we lived in Glasgow, big plans. One of my mates was going to be a pattern maker, go to Yarrows, become a pattern maker, and he was going to go to the car industry in Detroit, follow the same path as his older brother. He had done that. One of the other mates was going to be an electrician, and he was going to work on the oil rigs. And it was a given that I was going to be a rock star. So, and then my 4th mate, he was going nowhere in life, he was just chasing women. And yeah, but well, I've not told you the full story. But at that stage in his life, he was just drinking Buckfast every night, or it used to be a Lanlick at that time, Lanlick every night, and just chasing women all the time, and no cares in the world. And we all went.
People do that their whole lives, though.
Yeah. But we all went our separate ways and lost touch. And then through that Friends Reunited programme, the guy who I was talking about last, who was a good time boy, I won't mention his name because he's anyway. He managed to get in touch with us all, and we are organised to get together. It took about 2 years to get us all together because the 3 of them were out the country. So basically, what had happened is Kenny had followed his plan and gone to America, and he was high flying in the motor industry. Alan had become an electrician, going on to the rigs, become an electrical engineer, went to university, and was doing really well. And the Waster, great story. He went to Australia on holiday with his wife and his kids, because his wife had family over there. And while they were on the beach one day, he went for a wee walk, and he walked into a employment agency, and he said, any chance of getting me a job over here? And they said, well, have you got a trade? He says, yeah, I'm a welder. So they said, no, we've got tons of welders in the books. He says, all right, okay. So as he was walking out the door, he turned back around and says, what are you short of anyway? They said, fitters, we need fitters. So he went into the next employment agency, same story. Have you got a trade? Yeah, I'm a fitter. Oh, just what we're looking for. So anyway, he ended up winging it. How you can wing it as a fitter, because I was a plant fitter to trade. How you can do that, I do not know. But anyway, he finished up moving into the sales department of the company. Then they went bust. So he bought the company from the receivers. And he's ended up one of the richest guys in Australia, The guy's mega rich. Oh God, he's absolutely. Anyway, we went for a night out. We all met in the Horseshoe Bar. This is the story of the night, and they took the mickey out of me the whole night, because they had all made it. They were all jumping about in Porsches and things like that. They've all made it big, and I'm still, a struggling musician in Glasgow. And at that time, I was working in my wife's shop during the day, so they just took the mickey out of me the whole day for that, and the whole night. And they wouldn't let me put my hand in my pocket because they said they weren't taking my wife's money. But at the end of the night, when they all get worse, they were for drink. One of them said to me, he said, Dallas, he said, we might be taking the piss here. He says, but I don't think there's any one of us would I think we would all change your lives for the life that you've had. Because so I didn't really get into what I've done. But so anyway, but that was through drink. And then he said, do us a favour, write us a wee song about this night. So I wrote this song and I sent it to them all, and I've not heard from any of them since. So that was how the song was written initially. Anyway, that's a long story. But I wrote the song for them, sent it to them, and none of them responded. But I thought it was a good song anyway. It seems to go down well when I play it, or when I used to play it when I was gigging. Sorry.
Okay, so here we go. We're going to play Scottish Boys.
Yeah.
It was wonderful to hear the background to that. It just lends a bit of, the story, and it's fantastic. Thank you, Graham, for sharing that.
Probably put all your listeners off now. But...
No, you haven't. Okay, here we go. Going to play Pepper Jock, Scottish Boys.
From a council house in Scotland to the suburbs of Detroit, from a small holding in Australia to Russian oil, we exploit 30 years past in no time to make our way. We all took flight, but at the Horseshoe Bar in Glasgow, their old friends would reunite. Scottish boys are doing it all right. Charge your glass and raise it high. Two old friends and to our country, united till the day we die. Corner boys in a Scottish city, memories we won't forget. Bloody rascals causing trouble, many things we still regret. Susan and Elaine and Mary offered love, but we declined. They're in our hearts, we raise our glasses to all the girls we left behind. Scottish boys are doing all right. Charge your glass and raise it high. Two old friends and to our country, united till the day we die.
Well, that was a cracking song there, Scottish Boys by Pepper Jock. I'm just going to play something quickly.
You're listening to Sounds of Freedom, the only station playing Scottish independence music 24/7.
So that was a lovely, lovely song, Graham. It was so like mellow and like nostalgic.
Actually, as I was listening to it, I was just thinking of some of the things that we used to go up to with those four boys, crazy. But the Charge Your Glass and Raise It High was when the night started to get messy. It was one of those, do you remember so-and-so? Yes, boys, charge your glasses. Let's drink a toast to so-and-so. Raise your glasses high. Both. Then, do you remember? So that's where that came from.
Well, I thought it was a really beautiful song, and I haven't heard it before, so I really, really enjoyed that.
Thank you. Right, was that just a random? Was it?
No, I just saw it there, and I try to play like different songs because it's easy to just play the same ones and all this. So Graham's got another song. Yeah, it's a new one, and this is a demo, and it's called David Little Asks. So do you want to tell us a little bit about this, Graham? Because it's also all the songs have got a history, you know.
All my songs seem to have a history. Well, yeah, right. Yeah, this is an interesting one, actually. I was in Santa Ponsa at my grandson's stag do. And, the boys were all out about 6 o'clock in the morning. But me being an old guy, you know, I sort of was with them during the day, had my dinner with them at night, couple of drinks, and then I would just go to the toilet and head up to my room. So I had this balcony and it was overlooking the strip in Santa Ponsa, and right below me was a bar and there was a guy sitting playing the guitar in it. And so I used to just sit and have a beer and listen to him playing. But then he would start getting into the Irish music and the place would just erupt. I could just hear everybody, like hundreds of people just jumping about and singing. And, you know, I thought, I need to go down and see what this is. So shot down the stair into the bar, and sure enough, he was playing all the Irish rebel songs, and all the Irish people and all the people in there were all jumping about. And I thought, do you know, that's what we're missing in the Scottish independence music. I thought, and I came from a sort of folk background. It was folk music that got me into it. So while they were all coming in and going to their bed, I was getting up at 7 o'clock in the morning and heading out for a walk. And I found this little cafe that I used to go to every day and had a guitar on the wall. So this day, it was maybe a day in, second time I've been there. So I'm sitting there and I've got my notebook with me because I'm going to start writing, you know, sort of more punchy rebel songs, more, you know, songs that, well, as you'll hear with this one, I think. So I said to the guy, can I borrow that guitar? Well, once I had my coffee, my croissant, obviously, says, can I borrow the guitar? He went, yeah. So here's me sitting and said, plink, 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 writing down these songs. I think by the time I left, I had 3 or 4 songs, folk songs, sort of more Scottish rebel songs. And this was probably the first one that I wrote, I think. But certainly one of the first ones anyway. But yeah, this is just the demo. This is just the demo. The songs have basically, what happens is I record all the parts and then I send them down to my friend Terry, and he mixes and masters them all. And then if he feels there's any more instruments needing to go in, he'll add his part. And I never interfere with that because he's a fantastic musician, a fantastic guy, and if he wants to change it a bit, I'm more than happy for him to do that. So it hasn't got to that stage yet. But yeah, this is a demo that you wanted anyway. Sorry for another long-winded introduction.
Okay. And it's called David Little Asks. So David Little's a lovely guy, and he's just been through a bit of a hard time, and he's now out of hospital. So if David's listening, a big shout out to you. We all think about you.
Yes.
Yeah, I hope that you're doing better out of hospital and that. Yeah. So we're gonna play the song without further ado. Here we go.
No.
Why are you so proud of the empire? I suppose ignorance can be bliss, but one of the world's richest nations, now you're just taking the piss. And so David Lilly asked the question, why is England the only country known that doesn't want independence, that doesn't want to stand on its own? Are you skint, are you skint, are you so bloody skint? Do you have no money of your own? You ran around the world stealing other people's jewels, and now you refuse to send them home. You hate change, you hate immigration, fearing your culture won't survive. But when your mother was rushed into hospital, those immigrants kept her alive. And so David Lilly asked the question, why is England the only country known that doesn't want independence, that doesn't want to stand on its own? Are you skint, are you skint, are you so bloody skint? Do you have no money of your own? You ran around the world stealing other people's jewels, and now you refuse to send them home. Your industry you sold for a pittance, social housing you sold that as well. You sold all your gold to China, and still you believe you're doing well. And so David Lilly asks the question, why is England the only country known that doesn't want independence, that doesn't want to stand on its own? Are you skint, are you skint, are you so bloody skint? Do you have no money of your own? You ran around the world stealing other people's jewels, and now you refuse to send them home. Are you skint, are you skint, are you so bloody skint? Do you have no money of your own? You ran around the world stealing other people's jewels, and now you refuse to send them home.
So that was a fabulous song, and I realized that I actually said the name wrong, so I apologize for that.
David Lilly, yeah.
You should have
Yeah, he was
corrected
in
me.
hospital for 18 months, David. He didn't think he was ever going to get out. So he got out a few weeks ago, yeah. So he's going to be in Edinburgh on Saturday.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing the old bugger. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Good lad.
wonderful.
He's a good guy, David. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I saw somebody asking for it all kicked off. Oh, God, I forgot.
Yeah.
The amount of, yeah, I didn't know him. It's kind of funny because you sit in the studio and you write songs and you put them out there and you don't think anybody knows them. You're in this little bubble. You don't actually know what's happening to the songs out there. If anybody's listening to them, you just assume that nobody is, you know. But there you go. That's a good song, actually. Yeah. That's another big story behind that one, but we shouldn't go into that.
oh, tell us the story, Graham.
No, because I don't know if you've got the song, actually, so...
I know, but you can just tell us the story now.
Uh,
Seeing as
it
Gillian's
started-
asked about it.
Was it Gillian? Right, so, yeah. I was working away in the studio one day, and there's a forfeit. You know how they're like in local towns now, they've got their music weekends, the music fests as they call them. So this was the weekend of Forfars Music Fest, which is about 6 miles up from where I live. And one of my mates, a drummer, phoned me up on the morning of it. He says, "Oh, we're stuck, man. Somebody's pulled out. Can you come down and do an hour gig for us?" So I was in on my own. The studio's attached to the house at that time it was. So the wife was out working, and I said, "Well, what time?" He said 2:00. I said, "Yeah, I tell you what," I said, I was teaching guitar as well at the time. "I'll bring a couple of my students down and maybe give them a wee bit of exposure." So I called up a couple of a guy who was playing, taught guitar, very good guitar player now, and another boy who was playing bass. And obviously Sticks, the drummer, was there. So we headed down and we did the hour. And then he says, "Oh, we need to go." Well, they were booked in this other place. So we went from there into another pub. Now, so by this time I had maybe 2 or 3 pints. And then he said, anyway, we finished up doing 3 gigs that day. He talked me into doing 3 gigs. And by this time it's about 8:00 at night. And he said, there was this band, they were quite a big band, I forget what they were called now, in Forfar at the time. We need to go and see them. So we finished up going to see this band. And I hadn't been home for my tea and hadn't even phoned the wife or anything, because this time I was jumping about and I hadn't even realised I hadn't done any of that, or none of this was planned. Anyway, we went away and got a fish supper because we hadn't eaten all day, and we're standing eating the fish supper. And somebody said, "Nobody's ever written a song about Forfar. Dallas, go and write a song about Forfar." I said, "Okay." He said, "I bet you 50 quid you couldn't write." No, he said, "I bet you a tenner you couldn't write a song about Forfar." I said, "I'll write a song about Forfar." He said, "I bet you 50 quid you can't perform it tomorrow." I went, "I can do that." So anyway, that's how that song came about. It was originally Forfar Cross. I quickly stuck words down, but obviously, and then as I worked on the song and developed it, it wasn't quite the song that it is now. It had a big guitar intro and a big guitar outro. But as we were working on over the song, obviously I changed it into an independent song. About Pat Lee was mentioned in it, but Pat's always got a really nice shirt. Every time you see Pat, he's got a different lovely shirt, you know. So I gave Pat a wee mention in the first verse, I think. Ian Russell gets a wee mention in the second verse, I think. The old general, miss him to bits, great guy.
Oh, we've actually been calling Ian McNeil, Frank Rayburn and Martin Aiken. We've been calling them the 3 generals because they're the indie for bridges.
Oh, right, okay, yeah, they're doing the bridges. Yeah, it's great to see that. Actually, I love it. When you drive down or you're driving anywhere and they've done a bridge, you know.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
So
Gillian, tell my wife that, will you?
So Gillian actually says here that I think I may have bumped into you, Graham, at the Captain's Bar after Alex's memorial. You correct me if I'm wrong. I had a few drams in my neck, so I could be wrong.
Oh no, I've not been to the Captain's, but I wasn't at Alex's memorial, and I've not been in the Captain's Bar since a long time. I went in with Kevin one night. Again, I'm very easily led astray. After an Edinburgh rally, took me into going down to the Captain's Bar to do a few numbers. I think, yeah. He's 5'4", Hashfrey Stumble, I know you. I'm trying, yeah.
I was going to say, Hashfrey Stumble, you literally said something about being a music researcher in one of your comments. And I'm going to put a challenge to you. Why don't you come on air with me sometime and help co-host the show? And maybe we'll get some new DJs in here. So if you're interested, give me a shout on the We Jam show. Send me a message and see if you want to go on the show.
Yeah.
So Gillian, I'll try and get hold of that. It all kicks off and played in the next show. But you've got the background to the song now. What do you want to say, Graham?
Yeah, well, there you go. No, that was it. Yeah, that was it. There's always a background. It's kind of the way I work, isn't it? I don't actually deliberately write songs. I've never ever sat down. Something has to trigger it, you know, and then it'll mostly quickly happen, you know. Ian Russell was a gem of a man. Yeah, he was a fantastic guy. Listen,
And that's why we need to get independence really fast before we lose the next lot of people, because everybody's getting long in the tooth here, and it's dragging on too long. So I'm going to play a song now, and it's Graham Brown's new song. I played it a couple of nights ago, but seeing as it's a new song, and it's just going to play it again. Is that okay, Graham?
Absolutely, yeah.
We can follow in the footsteps of our good old Irish friends. We can stand and deliver while the rest all just pretend. We're fed up of the promises you lie to get a vote.
Don't know why it's not
Stand
adding it
strong
to the screen.
together, take Westminster by the throat and rebel against the crown.
Hold on a second, folks. I'm just going to add it back onto the stage because it's yeah, there we go.
Oh, rebel against the crown. Sacrifice everything and bring the union down. I call upon Macpherson and the clans of this land. You know what is right, and you know that we can. It's time to vote for someone who will break this phantom chain. We're fed up being trampled on, we're fed up of the shame. So rebel against the crown. Sacrifice everything and bring the union down. Oh, rebel against the crown. Sacrifice everything and bring the union down. So you think that I'm harsh, I should leave this all unsaid, but I won't ask forgiveness for the things that I've read. The hardship and the poverty of a nation so proud, the burning and the murder and the cries were so damn loud. So rebel against the crown. Sacrifice everything and bring the union down. Oh, rebel against the crown. Sacrifice everything and bring the union down. So when you walk the high road to use the mighty pen, remember all the suffering was made at number 10. We won't win our freedom by begging for a chance, but I can hear the nation rise, so make those MPs dance and rebel against the crown. Sacrifice everything and bring the union down. Oh, rebel against the crown. Sacrifice everything and bring the union down.
You're listening to Sounds of Freedom, the only station playing Scottish independence music 24/7.
Yeah,
So what do you feel of that song, Graham?
Yeah, I think it's a real good song. Yeah, he's done well there. Yeah. Yeah, we need more. Yeah.
I just thought I'd sneak that in because, you know, we've all got the songs we've listened to for ages, and it's always good to have new songs. And you've got so many new songs we've got to play as well.
Yeah. But no, it's great. I think there's quite a pool of indie actual songs out there about our movement and our fight. So yeah, it's good to get a few more. Yeah, I just wish they would play. I wish people would start playing those songs more and stop asking me to sing "Flower of Scotland" and "Caledonia."
And I saw you got another thing there. You know, people always do this. Oh, that song sounded like Woody Guthrie, one of your songs that you were doing. We played just now.
Yeah, you always
and
get
it's
that,
always
yeah.
like Chris Rea, Dire Straits, like
You get
Bob
that, yeah.
Dylan. You know, like Graham, you've got
I
it. You
think-
can just play everybody.
Yeah, I think the best one was when I put out back in the days when you used to put a song out on Facebook and you could get 100,000 views on it. And I put out, God, what was the song? It was "The Wind Has Changed," and so it's got the little bit of Spanish guitar at the sort of not flamenco guitar, gypsy jazz guitar at the start and the solo. And yeah, I got all the tunes. So I got a lot of good compliments about the song. A lot of people liked it, but then what happens? You get all the sort of good comments. Then the tunes get onto it, and they just feed each other. So I go, this guy thinks he's Martin Offler. Yeah, take that. He thinks he's Bob Dylan. Take that. He thinks he's Chris
It's a
Rea.
compliment,
Take that.
it's not an insult, it's a compliment.
No. So, but yeah, Woody Guthrie, that's a good compliment if it's reminding people of Woody Guthrie, great songwriter. Yeah, wrote some fantastic songs, Woody.
So I see Gillian's put up something, Sound of a Revolution. Is that another one of your songs, Graham?
Yeah.
Gillian, I'll just explain to you.
Yeah, that was another one off the first album. That was a good song, actually. That was written the little Keith Richards guitar, my little 5-string G-tune guitar. I quite like that song. Quite a lot of people like that, actually. Ian Mostyn used to always ask if you could sing that song, but it's not really one that I can do when I'm on the stage on my own. It needs a band behind it, and it's also a song with quite a big production on it. So it needs to be well rehearsed,
We have a visitor here.
Yeah.
She's trying to climb on me while I'm doing the show.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Okay, Gillian, I just want to explain to you how it works. Sorry, Graham. I didn't mean to interrupt you. We can, if you give me songs that you guys want to hear, if I've got them on the system, I'll put them up. We've only got on StreamYard a very limited amount of songs that we can have up at the same time. So those 2 songs I don't have up, but I'll try and do them in the next shows. But thanks for asking for songs. That's fantastic. It's lovely.
Yeah, it's good, yeah. So I better not ask for any songs then. I was trying to think.
You can try.
Yeah. No, because I was thinking, so I'm thinking of people there. You've done you've done Graham, you've done Pete. You haven't done Kevin, and he wrote a great song.
I know.
Well, you've not got any Kevin songs, you're saying?
No, Kevin hasn't sent us his songs through yet, so I've got Ted Christopher.
Yeah, I asked him way back at the start to do it, but
it's just that people get too busy and he's traveling around a lot doing shows and all this. So I did remind him again today. So hopefully we'll have Graham Gore. Oh God, listen to me. Kevin Gore's songs on here because I have reminded him. Let's play one of Ted Christopher's songs. It's called Scotland.
Scotland now, Scotland then, Scotland, how I loved you when you were old and I was young, like a father and a son. In Edinburgh City, they say the girls are pretty, and as you walk down the street, they look you straight in the eye. And in the old town, there's a tale I could tell of a warm summer's night I remember so well. Scotland now, Scotland then, Scotland, how I loved you when you were old and I was young, like a father and a son. The old jingle jangle, it's just another triangle, and the Kelvin River just keeps rolling along. In Glasgow town, between the moon and the sun, good times we shared, living life on the run. Scotland now, Scotland then, Scotland, how I loved you when you were old and I was young. young, like a father and a son. Scotland now, Scotland then, Scotland, my old long lost friend. I am young, and time stands still. I love you now, I always will. Scotland, how I loved you when you were old and I was young, like a father and a son. Scotland now, Scotland then, Scotland, my old long lost friend. I am young and time stands still. I love you now.
You're listening to Sounds of Freedom Radio, coming at you so many ways, one of them's bound to be now.
Okay, Graham, what do you have to say?
I'd just like to say Ted Christopher is one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. He's a really genuine bloke, lovely guy. And that's a lovely song. Yeah, very unassuming gentleman. Yeah.
Yes, we saw one of his shows up in Falkirk after one of the marches. I think it was in Falkirk. And fantastic, you know, and he's been cracking out tunes for a long, long time.
Yeah. His schedule's unbelievable. Hats off to him. Towards the end, when last few years of my gigging career, I could only manage 6 a month, and I had a permanent cough in those 2 years because of just the amount of singing I was doing. Ted's probably doing, I think Ted will be doing 15 to 20 gigs a month. Still
he's doing a lot of gigs, and he's been playing, I think he was playing in the Piper's Rest in Edinburgh as well during the Fringe.
Yeah, I mean, you know, hats off to him. I had to eventually give up because my voice just couldn't take it anymore. But yeah, hats off to him. Great guy. That's
too much shouting at the kids to tidy up their rooms over the years, Graham. Does your voice in?
Is that what it is? No. Don't shout at kids, honest.
Okay, so I'm going to play another tune, and it's one called The Wind Has Changed by this guy called, what's his name again? I think it's Pepper Jock, huh?
Pepper Jock, I'm getting hammered. Hey, aren't I?
I don't know why it's doing this. Hold on a second.
Up.
When the mothers and the fathers and the children are wise to the knowledge that power is theirs to decide, then the ruling class with the jewels to hide will have to bow to the will of the people. When the generals find the soldiers wise to the deception of doom that they prophesize, finally they will come to realize they don't pay the piper, they just use him. And I know, yes I know, yes I know, I know the wind is changed. You kings and queens, you inheritors of wealth, whose ancestors took our land by stealth, charging people to care for the health of the land. You claim as your birthright, but the mothers and the fathers and the children now know if they are to reap the crops that they sow, then the rivers of change must be allowed to flow, and your days are not now. They are numbered, and I know, yes I know, yes I know, I know the wind is changed. And all you believe to be right may be wrong, and you no longer have a need to hold on, then I know you are ready for reason. Your ivory towers will turn to glass, and the fire that you breathe will turn your mansions to ash, and all that you dread will come to pass. Fear not, you are worth more than all that. And I know, yes I know, yes I know, I know the wind has changed. So tell people to tell all of their friends that this state of madness must come to an end. Let us not allow violence to descend. I pray this revolution will be peaceful. So let the soldiers, the preachers, the law fall in line. When the seekers of truth give us the sign, let the political class and their sponsors resign to the fact that a new age is dawning. And I know, yes I know, yes I know, I know the wind has changed. And I know, yes I know, yes I know, I know the wind has changed.
That's a fab song, Graham.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So
It's
does
not a
that one
great-
have a background story?
Not really. I was just thinking of that. I thought you were going to ask me that. No, it's that's quite a common Spanish guitar chord structure where it just descends from an A minor down to an E7th. And basically, I was just jamming one day with that chord progression and just trying some gypsy jazz riffs over the top of it. And it started to just sort of come together. So yeah, and I just by fluke, I think I just went from minor in the verses to playing it, instead of playing it in minors, playing it in majors in the choruses to lift it. And I don't know where the words came from, to be honest with you, but yeah, it came together very quickly though that afternoon, I think. But it was just really, it wasn't even a recording session, it was just a practice session really, and the song came out of that. Nothing exciting about that. But yeah, that song there, now there's a song with a great backstory, by the way. That's one that I've bottled.
See if I've got
bottled
that one
out
on there, so you
original.
can tell us about it and I'll have a look.
Right. Do you want me to tell you just now?
Yes.
Right. Well, the original, I'm I'm a wee bit disgusted at myself. I really should re-record that. But basically what had happened was I was in the Drovers one night and I was going up to play and I met these guys, brilliant bunch of guys, right? Just nutcases. And they'd been out all day. They'd been on the march. They'd been to the rally. They'd just had the most fantastic day. And they were sitting there having a right good laugh. And I kind of just joined in with them. And they didn't know who I was. And they went, "Oh, you going up to sing? I'll sing Caledonia." I says, "No, I just sing my own songs." I went, "But I know, but sing Caledonia." I went, "Nah." And you always make out, the way to get out of that is to say, "I'm not going to sing." To say, "I don't know it." You know, "Oh, sorry, I don't know it." And I went, "All right, well, they do Flower of Scotland." I went, "Oh, no," I says, "I just want to go up and do my own songs." I went, "Come on, you must know Caledonia." I said, "Listen, the 4 guys that have been up before, every one of them sung Caledonia. You know what? Are you not fed up hearing it?" No. So anyway, it's a story about those guys. And yeah, it started off with the story that we were telling me. They met you on the bus this morning, Saltire Raptor in your head. What was it? Buckfast, sausage roll and Buckfast breakfast, tapping fags and smoking weed. So basically it was the original chorus was, "By the way, I don't sing Caledonia. By the way,
you were telling me about that the other day, remember, when you were driving?"
So basically what happened was I did a wee demo of it, I put it up, and it's the only time all my fellow independent artists commented on my song, and they were all ripping into me for slagging off those songs, you know. So I changed the words in the chorus, and I've regretted it ever since, because it wasn't a dig at those songs. It was just a wee comedy song about a funny incident that happened that day, and I should have stayed solid to my principles, really. I bottled it.
Well, it's true. And I know how you feel, because like I don't like learning other people's songs. And I always I do my own songs. So I do nowadays I do poetry to music, and it's always impromptu. And people are like, "Oh, can you do this? And can you do this?" And I'm like, "No, I'm just doing my own music because I don't feel like copying other people's music." So I have got the song and I'm going to play it for you, Gillian. But just before we do that, Ernest has asked what are the artists that have inspired you, Graham? So should we do that afterwards?
Yeah,
or
sure.
Before?
Yeah. No, do it afterwards. I think we'll be fed up listening.
So we'll come back to that question, Ernest. And don't forget, Graham, that's your job, because I'm going to put on the song now. And the song was... I got a little kitten that's trying to crawl all over me while I'm doing this. Okay, it's "By the Way" by Pepper Jock. Here you go.
I met you on the bus this morning. A Saltire Raptor in your heat. Sausage roll and Buckfast breakfast, tapping fags and smoking weed. By the way, I don't vote for Richie Tonians. By the way, I just want my vote to count. By the way, I don't hate anybody. I just want Scotland out. For our independence, jumping out to throw a wee dram down, straight back in when we hear the drummers, so we can go dancing through the tune. By the way, I don't vote for Richie Tonians. By the way, I just want my vote to count. I just want Scotland out. Joe always threw the best party. I saw you there, dancing with Edith on the flare. But that's no Elvis, that's Pete Scally. I don't vote for Richie Tony. Just want my vote to count. And I don't hate anybody. I just want Scotland out. I don't vote for Richie Tony. I just want my vote to count. I don't hate anybody. Come on, let's sing the vow. Scotland, I vow to set you free. This is our land, this is our right, this is our destiny. Scotland, I vow to set you free. This is our land, this is our right, this is our destiny.
You're listening to Sounds of Freedom Radio.
So that was a cool song. And
Yeah. I need to
sometimes
change
it's
the chorus back.
no,
I need
it's
to change the
fine.
chorus back. Yeah, I've already recorded that. I've already recorded that with the original. That's why it ties in with the vow, because I don't sing Caledonia. I don't sing Loch Lomond 2. I don't sing The Flower of Scotland, but I will sing the vow for you. That was the original chorus.
That's
Yes,
cool.
I was to ask what artists inspired me. I'm quite fortunate in that respect. I think that just the way my kind of musical journey happened over the years, I started off in folk music, and yeah, really just it's funny because it was through the Boys Brigade, the BB, that I learned about Irish folk music. We used to sing the Irish Rover and the Wild Rover, and I loved those songs. And my dad was an atheist, but for my Christmas one year, he bought me, because I was kind of into that, he bought me the album with the Wild Rover and the Irish Rover on it. And at the same time, I'd started learning guitar, so I learned every song on that. It was a Dubliners album, and then I got a Clancy Brothers album. So anyway, from there, I was quite happily in playing away the folk music. And my older sister's boyfriend brought in a record and slapped it down, and he said to me, "Can you play that?" And it was Love Like a Man by 10 Years After. And on the B-side, a guitarist called Alvin Lee plays a massive solo, and he's playing really fast. And I thought, I want to do that. So I started getting into rock music, and Alvin Lee was particularly the guitarist because he was so fast at the time that I wanted to kind of emulate. And then, as I say, from there, I went into I got into funk. I joined a funk band. It was a big 10-piece funk band, so I got into soul music in a big way. So there are a lot of influences there, not so much guitar influences there, because that was a lot of rhythm guitar. But then from there, I went into the social clubs and started playing a lot of country music. In fact, I'm going to see my favourite country guitarist, a wee guy called Albert Lee, a wee guy from London who went to America and toured with Emmylou Harris and all these people. And he's playing at the Greens Hotel down in Kinross next month, I think. So I'm down there to see him. So he was a big influence on me. Again, another fantastic guitarist who played country music. I get right into country music. I always used to think when I was growing up that it was a bit twee because we got your cheating heart. That's what everybody would be singing at parties, you know. Put your sweet lips a little closer to the phone. But when you actually get into proper country music, there's some fantastic players, you know. So yeah, so country music, Albert Lee, people like that, it really started to impress me. And I think that's why I've been able to write in a lot of different genres, because over the years I've played most of them quite a bit, you know. I hope that's enough. But really, I've spent my life not really focusing on individuals, but individual songs. Another big influence, I think, was Dave Gilmour of Pink Floyd.
Ah, yes.
No, Dave Gilmour plays very simply, but every note matters. And I love that, you know. And I think at that kind of time, I kind of realised that space was a note. You know, you didn't have to fill every gap. You could just leave space, you know. Yeah, so he's a big influence. And another band that were a huge influence on me as I started to put bands together myself were Little Feat, a band called Little Feat, who were a kind of country band. You would maybe say country rock band. I don't know if you would go as far as rock, but the beautiful thing about Little Feat was nobody was punching out the chords. Everybody was just playing around the melody, and all the different parts all just fitted together and made the tune. So there was no core. Everybody was just playing different things in it. And that really had a huge influence on me, I think. So yeah, that's probably my influences over time. Everybody else I've picked up because I've played everybody's songs, Mark Knopfler, Bob Dylan. You know, as I've gone through my career, I've had to learn my songs. So many, I could go on all night, so I'm going to shut up. Yeah, so many people have inspired me over the years.
So Gillian's on a roll tonight, and she's asked for, thank God we have the media. So I have that on the system. So
yeah, that's a little satirical song. Yeah.
And I'll try and sort out this little kitten that's like climbing all over me when I'm trying to do the show, because somebody said I saw a black cat's tail, and they did.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. Thank God we have the media by Pepper Jock.
Yeah.
Woke up this morning and read that I was dead. Didn't see that coming when I headed off to bed. Last night I felt alright, but I woke up to see right there in the newspaper was my obituary. Yeah, there in the newspaper, my obituary. The media are telling us we're heading for a plague. The signs are overwhelming, but they went over my head. Time to start preparing. There's panic on the streets, and the newspaper said it will be days, if not weeks. Yeah, the newspaper said it's coming days, if not weeks. I don't know if you've noticed, evil's everywhere, and we seem to be the only ones who even care. The troops are getting ready for a war they have to win, and the media will tell us when the bad guys come in. Yeah, the media will tell us when the bad guys come in. Dark clouds descending, fear is in the air. We have to stay focused, our enemies are near. I thought he was the answer, I really took the bait. Thank God we have the media to put the record straight. Thank God we have the media to put the record straight. Television, newspapers have got me all confused, telling me the good are bad, the prophet stands accused. There's so much going on right now, can't can't afford to play. Thank God we have the media to tell us what to think. Thank God we have the media to tell us what to think. Thank God we have the media to tell us what to think.
You're listening to Sounds of Freedom, the only station playing Scottish independence music 24/7.
So that's a very apt song because we have the British media telling us all sorts of things that's not very appropriate and nothing of interest to Scotland. And then we have Scotland's independent media, which is so many people, you know, Independence Live, SOSA, all the people who do podcasts, Scotland Channel, broadcasts in Scotland. I saw there's a new one starting in 2026 as well. It's got something to do with the SSRG. So they've got a new one starting, and yeah. Graham, your songs are fantastic, and I just wanted to remind you that you said, oh, somebody's made another request.
We did that one. The Winds of
Change. Have you got one by that? That's your song, isn't it, Graham?
Yeah, we played the wind has changed. The wind has changed. The wind has changed. I don't know what it's called. Yeah, we played it just a couple of minutes ago.
Yeah, you've got The Wind Has Changed, but I think
the wind has changed. It's funny that, you know, because
somebody mentioned was
the winds
of change. Robert Wyatt.
All right.
Yeah. So Julian says, yep, SSRG, looking forward to it. So I was actually going to load the image that literally tells us about the new TV kind of broadcasting thing that's going to be starting from the SSRG, but then I thought I'll leave it for another time, so I don't have it on there today. And we'll have another one. So yeah, I just wanted to apologize just now. You know, sometimes StreamYard gives us a little bit of jip, and I was playing the tunes and they weren't going on the screen, so I had to briefly stop them and restart them so that it goes on the screen. So it's not always easy in the background here. We have cats climbing on us, we have people ringing doorbells, and you just have to pretend that everything's fine. Meanwhile, there's a kitten biting your fingers off. So all of you can do it. And Graham, do you want to tell people that we are looking for DJs?
Yeah, for the radio station up there, SOF Radio is myradio.com. Yeah, that's a little tell you the background. Actually, people often wonder why I did that, but I kept getting people from independence radios asking me for songs, and so I'd send them a song, and then I would go on and listen to the radio station, and I'm hearing country music, and I'm thinking, well, why are they saying they're an independence radio station? And so I started listening to a few of them, and I thought, none of them are playing any of our stuff. You know, there only is a few of us, but we've written a lot of songs. There's me, there's Graham, there's Kevin, there's Pete, there's Ted, and none of them are playing any of that stuff. So that, for me, if you're going to call yourself a Scottish independence radio station, play Scottish independence musical. So out of frustration, I put that wee radio station together. And if you go in there, it's playing my songs. I think I've got songs on. Well, I've definitely got songs on there. Graham Brown gave me his songs. Ted gave me his songs. Pete gave me what he had. What he could give me, because a lot of Pete's are you can't use because he's using other people's backing tracks. Graham Brown. I did ask Kevin, and Kevin hasn't come across. I think there's a Thomas MacArthur song up there.
Yes, there is. I actually like that one that you've got on
you
there.
Like that one. And I don't know if there's anybody else, but
so yeah. I reminded Ara today because she's got the unicorn song. Alan Hunter's got a unicorn song as well, and think that Aria's got a couple of other songs that's to do with independence, and I bumped into
Yeah.
Alistair McDonald at the Wallace Monument.
Yep,
At the
Alistair's got. We
memorial.
forgot about Alistair. Alistair, actually, he's a good guy. He pinned his cross to the. I've lost that phrase, but yeah, he pinned his cross to. Anyway, Alistair basically lost his career through his support for Scottish independence. I believe, you know,
Aye.
BBC ditched him, you know, the cause of it. So, yeah, Alistair's did a few things.
He said he's got
but
a few
it-
independent songs, so he said we're welcome to put them on the radio station,
Yeah,
and he's happy to do
but
it.
yeah,
So
we are looking. Obviously, I can't do any more with it now, but we're looking for DJs and people like yourself, what you're doing to take it forward. Yeah, Aria has got a beautiful voice. Yeah, that's quite a.
yeah, she really does, and she had a very
Yeah.
successful show at the Fringe, and she was doing all sorts of stuff, and she's always busy. She's really busy, and she's got a lovely voice. So I did remind her today, her and Kevin, both of them. Listen, guys, send us your songs, send us MP3s, MP4s, and if there's anybody out there who's a budding songwriter for Scottish independence, or anyone who knows of musicians that sing songs, or musicians that want to do a Scottish independence song, give us a shout on Sounds of Freedom Facebook page, Sounds of Freedom Radio. There's a Facebook page, and you're very welcome to get involved, and we're happy to put songs up there and all this. And yeah, we're looking for other people to get involved in being DJs. So you're welcome to co-host with me while you get to know the system, and give me a shout on the WeGM Show Facebook page. And yeah, you don't need experience. Just if you want to get involved, we're happy to. Young and old, it doesn't matter. So I saw Ashbury stumble trying to sneak his way out of that one, and he was like, "Oh, but I'm over the hill and all this, you know." And it doesn't matter how old you are; you always can do new things and try, and you'll enjoy it. And it's good to have variety. We've had Freedom Tracy on here. We've had Henry Newton from We Are the 45, and he used to be on. He used to have True Radio, I think. And he's been on here, and we've had Rosie and a few people. So come and join in. You know, it'd be fun. And I think we've had Sosa, because Sosa's also done some songs. Mo's got some songs that he's done for Scottish independence. And
Yeah, I think he's up there, isn't he? I think his songs are up there.
yeah, we've played songs. Have you got them up?
Yeah, I think so.
Some great songs up there. And Freedom Tracy did a song as well. So if we can do it, so can you.
Yeah, that's a good song, actually. The only thing I would say is, yeah, you've obviously got to watch, because writing songs is a bit like playing football. Anybody can do it, but it has to be of a certain quality. And I'm not trying to be snobbish about that, but I mean, you know, you've got to work at it a wee bit, you know. But having said that, there's a few people who are naturally gifted and do it. That Freedom Tracy, yeah, just wrote a song. It was a good song. She's got a great voice, you know. So, yeah.
Okay, so Graham's got to leave the studio now, and thank you, Graham, for joining us. It was fantastic to have you with us on the show and giving us some background.
Yeah, hopefully I'll see some of you in Edinburgh.
Yeah, we'll definitely see you on Saturday, and we're going to be playing Sounds of Freedom radio over the Bluetooth speaker. So I hope it works out. And I did order a gazebo and a banner for Sounds of Freedom radio, but unfortunately it hasn't arrived. But we'll just take it one step at a time, and we'll get there. So come and say hello if you see us at the march. Looking forward to seeing you all there.
Yeah, and thanks everybody for listening in and putting up with my warbling. Great. See you all soon. Take care.
Thank you, Graham. Have a lovely evening. Bye. Okay, so that was Graham Dallas, who plays music for Scottish independence under the name of Pepper Jock, and fantastic guy, very easygoing, and he actually started Sounds of Freedom Radio. So go in and check out Graham's music if you want to. It's on Bandcamp, and he's got a lot of CDs out, and he's also on YouTube. So maybe there's some songs that you haven't heard. And yep, I just want to remind everybody, this is really, really, really important, okay? there's a Scottish Independence March on Saturday. And the thing is, like, before lockdown, Edinburgh March had like over 200,000 people. Please don't like make excuses. I'm washing my hair, I'm cutting my toenails, I need to like wash my dog, whatever. Please just like get to the march and put out some good numbers so we don't have all the youths having a go at us. You know, there was over 1.6 million people who voted yes for independence in 2014, I think it was. It was so long ago, I can't remember. And like, you know, where are the people to come to the marches? Other countries get their asses together and have like literally millions of people on the streets, you know, and we can do it too. So like Edinburgh March has been cancelled 2 years in a row, once because of the weather, and last year it was because a bunch of right-wingers decided to hold a protest in Glasgow, and they decided that it was good to have something there, and Edinburgh March was cancelled. So please, guys, let's get to Edinburgh March. It's really important, and they've literally put on an appeal for every single able-bodied independent supporter to be in Edinburgh on this Saturday. Okay, that's not next Saturday, but this Saturday, marching under one banner to show the world our appetite for independence and freedom from London rule. See you there. So yes, just a little image of what it looked like, of all the people underneath the hill there, you know, and yeah, it was just hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people, you know. It was just absolutely fantastic. So let's make it grand. So let's just put a little thought out there. If there's 100,000 people that go and you all bring one person with you, suddenly there's 200,000 people. So let's make it fantastic, okay? And I'm going to play another song now, and this one is called Are You Just Too Busy? Oh, he's done it again. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Oh, there we go. Right.
Do you condemn the oppressed? The oppressor wants to know. Would you block the tyrant's path, or step aside and let him go? Are you the shrinking violet, or the one who steals the show? Or are you just too busy?
Then I'll give you the details when the song's finished.
Does the thief have your blessing? Will you ignore the victim's pain? And when the robber steals their home, will you call out his shame? Will you stand up for the weak, or will you turn the other cheek? Or are you just too busy? Do you recoil in anger when the victim lashes out? When kids get 20 years for throwing stones, do you ask what's that about? Will you stand up and fight for justice when injustice has taken control? Or are you just too busy? Stand up for mothers, for children who are slaughtered by the bomb? Or will you excuse the bomber when they tell you they were wronged? Will you shelter the leper, or will you join the stoning throng? Or are you just too busy? land is empty and no one walks beneath its sky, will you pursue the killers or let sleeping dogs lie? Will you stand up and be counted when they turn their guns on you? Or are you just too busy? This was all done for resources, the corporate sleight of hand. Millions killed and displaced for the gas beneath their land. Will you raise your voice for peace, for justice for Julian Assange? Or are you just too busy? Or are you just too busy? Or are you just too busy?
Every revolution needs a soundtrack. Find yours on Sounds of Freedom Radio.
So that was a song by sung by Ian Eddie Brown and written by Graham Dallas, and basically about Gaza. And it's a very valid point, and most people don't want to listen to this. But when you remain silent, that's why bad things happen in the world. And when it comes to Scottish independence, if you don't come to the marches, then people literally, especially Yuns, say, well, nobody's interested in independence, and Labour and Tories and Reform, all like, oh, you got no support. So guys, please show up on Saturday. Let's make it a big march. And there's going to be bands playing there. Graham Dallas is going to be playing. Pete Skelly is going to be playing. Graham Brown, Kevin Gore is going to be playing. I think Amanda Brown's going to be playing. And it's going to be a nice day. And the march isn't that long, so you can't be exhausted. If you don't feel that well to do the march, you can always go to the start points, or you can go to the end points. And like it's downhill, it's not that far. I'm going to be going to the end point, and we're going to be playing Sounds of Freedom Radio over a Bluetooth speaker until the speeches start. So come and say hello if you want to, and we're looking forward to seeing everybody there. Yep, so somebody asked something, and I'm just going to put it up now because I didn't actually read it out. This is for the march on Saturday. Hold on a second, I'm just trying to find it. You can gather at Johnston Terrace, which is up there by the castle, the top of the Royal Mile. And okay, so it says Saturday, the 6th of September, 12:30 is the start. So if you want to go there early, there's always people there early, and they're having a chat and a catch up, and people are hugging each other. And, it's nice to get there early. And if you want to get there from like 11:30, 12, and as people gather, and then you also, obviously, if you can make it, you're welcome to be at the end point. There will also be live streamers on the day, and they'll be live streaming to different places, depending. So I think Independence Live is having a little bit of a problem at the moment, that they can't have more than one live streamer on there at the same time. So there is other places it's going to be live streamed, like Scotland's Independent Media, SIM live streaming. There will also be Independence Live, and they'll have an all-in-one feed that also goes to the YouTube channel, Independence Live YouTube channel. So for people who really genuinely can make it, we do understand. But please support all under one banner. They've been doing these marches for years and putting so much of their time and effort into it. And basically so many people have put their whole lives into independence, and they've ended up passing away, and not seeing independence. So let's not see that happen anymore, please. Let's get it. We've got good news with Geneva is the new thing that's happening in September for the decolonization process, and they are meeting with the UN. And this is really, let's hold thumbs there and just give them the backing. There's going to be a bit of an auction for Salvo, where people are donating things to raise money for Geneva, and also for the whole decolonization process and the International Court of Justice that will come afterwards. So if you've got anything that you want to donate, autographed items, or you've like Amanda Brown offered to donate a kilt, and I said to her, you have to autograph it. I'm going to be doing some paintings because I'm an artist. Probably most people don't know that. Probably everyone doesn't know that. But I'm going to donate some paintings that's independence-based and decolonization-based to that. And there'll be an auction where people can support the process to raise money for the decolonization process. So that's Saturday. That's coming up soon. Tomorrow's Friday, and then it's Saturday. You've got time to rally up some of your friends, get some family members, bring your kids, bring your dogs, your flags, bring your neighbors if you get on with them. Even if there's people who haven't been to an independence march before, I'm sure they'd love it. The Indie family is a fantastic group of people, and over the years, people have got to know each other, and it's always a wonderful feeling and very uplifting. So even if you're feeling like depressed and you don't feel like you can get yourself out the house, once you do and you go to the march, you feel so like uplifted, and you come back in this mood of like, yay, we did something. So not doing something means you're complicit in something not happening, and everybody's vibe going down. So Gillian says bring your unicorns. And somebody said it's going to be 20 degrees. Ashbury said it's 20 degrees. That's going to be on Saturday. Fantastic weather. And Gillian says, everybody get off your ass and join us. So that's very, very valid. Exactly what I was saying. And somebody else said it only rains on the righteous. Just in case, bring your waterproofs and your brolly, But bring some suntan cream. And obviously, Ernest said the sun shines on the righteous. So just to say, if there are any Union Jacks on the day, just ignore them. Like this happens sometimes, and there's always a police presence, and they're not there to intimidate us. Actually, they're Scottish police, and generally they do support independence. That's why they're there, and they do actually protect us from the unionists. So don't be bothered about that at all. Okay, any stupid rumors that you've heard going around, or if people are trying to say anything that, so what if Manky Jacket's there and there's some Union Jacks there? Just ignore them like they don't exist. They only have power when you give them like attention. They don't deserve attention. Okay. So also a reminder that there's another event coming up, and this is the Hope of a Fear. And it's going to be I think it's on the 20th of September. So I'll put up the advert for that again in the next show. But just so that there's another event coming up soon, and it's something to really look forward to. And it's going to be held in Coatbridge this year because they're doing renovations to Freedom Square, and And here's something that was funny, okay? Literally during not lockdown, oh my goodness, during the Fringe Festival, okay, somebody put the sign up on one of the poles on the Royal Mile, and it said, underwear must be worn with kilts when the wind speeds exceed 25 miles an hour. So everyone in Edinburgh was having a good laugh about that because, it hasn't happened before that somebody's put a sign up. And this is part of, just an idea that happens. There's a group on Blue Sky that's called Artists for Independence, and there's also a website for it. And basically, Ireland did a lot of murals that was part of their bid for independence, and even now they still have it. The Dairy Wall and these things, and Scotland needs to get some really good independence murals up there. And this way it comes to a little bit of, just start doing street art and like murals and things. If there's a wall somewhere, ask for permission to paint a beautiful mural on there. If you're an artist, get involved. We've also got a WhatsApp group that's for Artists for Independence, and there's going to be a sitcom that's done for Scottish independence, and we're looking for people who might be interested in either playing a part or filming it and getting involved in that. And we're looking for people to get involved. Let's do land arts, and Bridges for Indy is a fantastic initiative that started. It's been going for a long time, and Ian McNeil and his guys are Frank and Martin are out there every weekend, basically doing the flags on the bridges. But there's other initiatives that people have. We can literally have like street art with handprints, out, and it's like with cell ties on the handprints. You can get a stencil made easily, and you can do it online. There's stencils you can make and say hands off our parliament, hands off Scotland. You can do like a stencil with a footprint, a whole lot of them, like walking up the street somewhere on the pavement with cell ties on the feet, and say like walking to freedom. There's a lot of things that you can do. So guys, let's get creative. And there is a website for Artists for Independence, and you can get joined to the WhatsApp group. So if you're on Blue Sky, you can join it through there. Otherwise, you're welcome to message me on the Wee Gem Show or Sounds of Freedom Radio if you want to get involved in any initiatives. If you're a talented artist or if you've got ideas, please get involved. And then there's another one that somebody made, and it says Scots support English independence. I think this is a very good one. Let's encourage England to get its independence, and there's a lot of the independence supporters for Scotland is actually English Scots, as they call themselves, and they braw, and let's encourage England to get independence. And there's another funny one that I saw this week, and it says, no, it's not Dr. Spock, but it's Star Trek, and saying it's dead, Jim. The Treaty of Union, 1707. So, And Gillian's made a good point here. You get the Yes litter pickers. They're out with Yes printed on the bags, and they go out and do litter picks just to get that, just to get it out there so that people don't actually forget. And somebody else said something here. Believe in Scotland had 2 stores in Perth and delivered over 2,000 leaflets based on energy prices. So there's people out there keeping the flame burning, and encourage onlookers to join the march. As you're marching along, there's always people at the side, and they're filming and they're cheering and all this, and just say, come along and join us. This is the thing. And the figures that they say for marches is always like so wrong, because there's some people who are watching online, and there's some people at the end point, like Graham says, he can't march because he's playing in the event afterwards, and he's busy setting up and doing sound checks and all these things. People join the march. Some people can't do the whole march. And it's never like a case of saying so many people were at the march just because somebody took a photo before the march started and there's 5 people standing there. It's always a lot of people. And okay, so I'm going to quit all the blah, 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 blah. And let's see which song we can play. I'm going to play The Freedom Train. And this is a song that Pepper Jock wrote for Salvo. So here you go.
Listen carefully, my friend, it's floating on the breeze. You can hear the whistle blowing from Thurso to Dumfries. Get the kids to carry out and don't forget the wife. Hop on board the Freedom Train for the ride of your life. Get on board, get on board. The Freedom Train when it comes rolling through. Get down to the station, destination, liberation. sing this song. It won't take long for us to see this through. Every day the Freedom train rolls from town to town. Some say the train goes too fast, some say it goes too slow. But it's heading in the right direction that we truly know. Get on board, get on board. The Freedom train when it comes rolling through. Get down to the station, destination, liberation. Sing this song, it won't take long for us to see this through. Sometimes the going gets rough. If we all stay on board, that sure will be enough. So here's a hand, my trusty friend. He's a hand, no thine. We'll have ourselves a right good drink when we cross the finish line. Get on board, get on board. The Freedom train when it comes rolling through. Get down to the station, destination, liberation. Sing this song, it won't take long for us to see this through. Get on board, get on board. The Freedom train when it comes rolling through. Get down to the station, destination, liberation. Sing this song, it won't take long for us to see this through. Should all acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should all acquaintance be forgot for old lang syne? For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup kindness yet for all man's sake.
You're listening to Sounds of Freedom, the only station playing Scottish independence music 24/7.
Okay, guys, that's going to be it for now. And I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who's been watching. We had over 124 people tonight watching. And thanks for all the people who made comments in the chat rooms. And yeah, thank you so much. It's been wonderful. People who liked and hearted and shared. So just a reminder that if you go on to SRF radio, sorry. Let me just put it up. Hold on a second. srfradio.ismyradio.com/player. You can use it on any browser, on any device, and you can listen to Scottish independence music 24/7. So if you can't sleep at night, or you get up in the morning and you doing the dishes or whatever you're doing, your laundry or whatever, you can listen to it, and you can put it on a Bluetooth speaker. You can put it on your telly, on your Fire Stick, and yeah, guys, get playing, get listening to Sons of Freedom Radio, and you can play it in your car if you put it on your phone and on the browser. And yeah, just a big thank you to everybody who's there. And Gillian's just said something. She said, I'm the person who makes the Independence Yes Scotland tea light candle holders as seen on the 2 Davies. and one where late folk burn their ass when late jumping on the naughty step. We'll hunt out one and bring it for the raffle and fundraising for Salvo. So that's fantastic. Thank you so much, Gillian. That's wonderful. And Ernest says, thank you. See you all on Saturday. That's fantastic, Ernest. Thanks for watching. And oikiwa. Oikiwa indeed. So thanks, everybody. I'm going to sign off now and have a brilliant the rest of your night. Okay. Bye.
While the unicorn is chained to the lion with the crown, I will never rest, I will never back down. With the trusty sword of truth and the shield of integrity, I will fight until I die. All the